like 6 days. I think at the end of the last one I said I was gonna do another one like right away, and I didn't because I always promise those kind of things and then don't do them. But let's play the video. We're going to be reviewing a Silver Moira today. Happens to also be my friend again, Deadly, in this case, because he's a Silver Moira, according to the game. I disagree, technically, actually, to be fair. We're apparently paused. Okay. Anyways, just Silver Moira. We're going to do our best to look for, like, mistakes. Why are you always aiming to the left? This isn't a big deal. This obviously isn't me judging Moira play. I'm just super curious as to why you're always aiming to the left. Alright, anyways. Nothing to talk about, so we'll just wait for the game to start. Opening up my chat here so we can talk to each other and stuff. We can ask questions as we play. Looking at team comp, another thing I should mention, actually, thinking about it. Okay, they need to fix that. It should not have said escort the payload yet. Anyways, team comp is fine. It's whatever. Last time I didn't work on I'm trying to get better at these as we go. And Moira doesn't really have FPS mechanics, so this is kind of redundant, but I'm bringing it up anyways. As we get more into these, and I get better at doing them, and better at communicating with chat and talking to you guys on YouTube about it, we'll be talking about FPS mechanics and what mistakes people are making when they're in 1v1s and stuff. There's really not much of that in Moira. You just kind of suck and heal. So we'll just talk about how you're doing that. And if you're doing it correctly or not. You should really just throw some random healing at your teammates. Because, like, when you tap somebody as Moira, they keep their health regen for 5 seconds, I think it is. They get a health regen that's slow, but it's like Lucio heal. It's like giving them a Lucio heal for a second. So don't be afraid to, at the beginning of a match, just, like, tap your teammates. And then once they're not really in a fight, tap them again. Tap them. Like, right now, if you tap Mercy and tap... Okay, wrong team. We're red team again. I keep thinking we're blue team. This is what happened last time. You're fine. Nobody needs healing right now. But if you just throw, like, a 1 second spray over your whole team, it only takes up, like, 3% of your energy, and it comes instantly right back, because you instantly start regenerating it. And you can always just suck it back if you really had to. And if they, say for example, Ryan took 10 damage right here, you get 10 health with alt charge. And it does charge your alt way quicker. So this is kind of what you're doing right now. You know, just tap him. Takes damage, you'll heal it. Moira's length that she can spray is quite far. You could always be inside the behind you. There's like carts. You can hang out in there and spray from there. You can hang out at the pipes behind you. It's hard to actually show you because I can't. Wait, I can actually. Wait. There's a way to do this. Pipes back here. You can hang out here. You are not in the Bastion's line of sight, and if you are, you can always take a step backwards. Or jump forward and keep healing, and where the Rhine shield is. You're safe if you're here. But if you're here, you could get widowed from up there. If like a higher ranked player would widow up and hit you. A Pharah, if there was one on defense for some fucking reason, there's not, so a good thing. Could shoot at you. The Bastion, just check Bastion's LOS quickly. I swear to God I heard a Bastion. He's dead, that's why. Okay, so where did he die? Does it not tell me his death location? Okay, well, I'm guessing his LOS was, like, here. And you can tell if he's here-ish. He can't see the pipes very well. And even if he could, he's just going to spray at you and miss and just take pressure off your team. So anyways, my point is, sitting directly behind your Rhine shield is not always the best idea. You're probably going to get... If they get nuked, so do you, kind of thing. Anyways, back to... Trying to remember what buttons I mapped everything to. But anyways, this isn't so bad. They're down too, so let's keep people alive and win. I don't mind you sucking on him there to heal him, but make sure your team's always okay when you do that.
Protect the payload.
Well, everything seems to be going fine though, so. Let him heal as he goes up. Don't worry too much about him, especially when he comes back to you, he's fine. Mercy's job is the Pharah, so you're probably okay to just tap him every once in a while and then watch him walk away.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Did not need to use an orb on that Pharah. Again, it's A, Mercy's... Okay, it's really loud when I try to talk and, like, people are shooting. Again, it's A, Mercy's job, and B, you could use your orb. You're going to have it back in time, so that's good. But you could use your orb in a fight and not on a floating Pharah. Your Widow's popping off. Good cleansing there, but then it nuked anyways, unfortunately. So just die. Or peel, whichever you can do safely. You have Fade and Orb, you can leave. I'm gonna unmake the D.Va here, probably. But leave. Thank you.
This will heal you.
Oh, your teams respawned and killed them because they were just feeding their brains out, so. So Zant's good.
I require healing. Go. I need healing. I require healing.
He's behind you, Deadly. Deadly. Again, using an orb on a floating Pharah when you could heal the Rhine, the Mercy, yourself, the cart, anything besides the floating Pharah. Your team's dead here, so I would just leave. Because inadvertently healing him is just giving them more ult charge. Because, like, you have ult, he has ult, your team's dead, besides the rest that are going to get cleaned up right now. So... leave. There's a Maga here. I would have grabbed Maga and faded. Grabbing the Maga I'm looking at right now forces the LOS potentially of the orb healing the D.Va, so she has less sustain. And then you orb and end up about the tunnel. You'll get out. Someone will make sure you get peeled. But orbing yourself there is just going to get eaten by the D.Va, and then you just get killed by the Zen anyways. So you could have made it out, like, quite easily. You died to Zen instead. It's okay. Moving onwards.
Perhaps a new methodology is required.
Well, your team is going in without a healer. This isn't really your fault. Good orb to heal them. Except it only heals them once. So throw your orb on the wall. Off this wall, like, do not throw it here, it would bounce. Throw it like here and it'll bounce, it'll bounce, it'll bounce, it'll bounce, and it'll keep bouncing, and then bouncing, and then it'll probably get sucked up and stop healing before you actually deplete it. Like, it'll deplete and you'll have used the whole orb. Rather than, you know, just throwing it once and only heals for a second.
Get into position.
It seems like you like to throw your orbs directly at people. Let's get into first person. First person, please. Thank you. An ult here would be huge. You need to heal. So yeah. What are you doing? Your Ryan had ult. Ignoring the fact that you should have ulted to begin with. Your Ryan had ult, and you went in and hammered them all down. That's good. Kind of saves you here. Why are you flanking? Why are you flanking? You're probably going to flank an Orb Coalescence, which maybe works. But why are you flanking? Heal your Reinhardt, who is killing the enemy team with his ultimate. You won the fight anyways, because they all got nuked by hammer. But in general, don't flank as Moira. You can't. You're the lowest DPS in the game. You do literally the lowest DPS in the game. You flanking and sucking people doesn't fly. Good trying to keep your May up. Now turn to your team. And I say turn to your team there because if one person's taking a lot of damage, just remember it's likely someone else is taking a lot of damage. My face cam just turned off, so my motions are kind of useless, but I'll turn it back on in a second. If one person takes a fuck ton of damage, it's likely someone else's. So when you keep that one person up, turning around and instantly just getting ready to heal is smart because someone else is likely taking damage. If they're not, then keep concentrating on the other guy. But in general, if a team fights hardcore enough to damage one person hardcore, it's going to damage others as well. I'm trying to turn my face cam back on. Fucking Jesus Christ. Wish this would actually work, you know? It'd be cool. My face cam would work. There we go. Look at that, it's working. Anyways, sucking on Zen's fine here. Throwing a healer up while sucking is good. I like that. You are, in general, too far forward, though. And you're about to fade out. So you get that, but you didn't... The idea is have fade when you need it, and not use it because you're out of position. You don't need to be in someone's face to heal them. So being a 5 feet behind Ryan here, and not getting blown up by this, because you probably are going... He's not looking at you, so maybe not. He's about to get charged too, so you're probably okay. But I mean, he should be looking at you as a support player, and attempting to nuke you with his ult. And Ryan's about to charge, so you would be unprotected. So if you were back here... Let's peel you for a second. So if you were like here, first of all, apparently something was flanking, maybe? I guess it was the Zen? Okay, then whatever. You could have been helping kill the Zen, that's one thing. But if you were like here, spray, 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 while Ryan shields up, Ryan goes in suicidal and tries to kill himself with a charge. You have one of 12. You can follow him in, because if he hits the pin, he's going to take the Bastion away from you. He's the threat. If he doesn't, he's going to get nuked. So you're one of two options. He pins the Bastion, you heal him, because he's going to, fighting. Or he misses and you're in danger because he's not shielding you. You can instantly peel right here and you're safe. I'm looking at my camera as if it's working again, because it isn't. If it keeps breaking, chat, I'm just going to leave my camera off, unless I need to turn it on for a second. I don't know why it does that. It's broken. I need to get a new one soon. But, what's up, chat? I'm back. But yeah, if you're here, healing, you're safe until the shield drops, and then you have one or two options. Again, you can chase into the fight and heal, or you can take cover back here. And obviously you can't heal from back here. You can heal the people smart enough to be with you, but if your main tank goes in and dies, feeding his brains out when there's 6 people ulting him, just reset and go again. Anywho. Oof. See? You wouldn't have died there if you were either back there or in already helping your Reinhardt. You were in the middle of, everything. Can my face cam work? Anywho, if it keeps not working, again, I'll just leave it off for now. If it does it like 10 seconds after I plug it in this time. Anywho, it looks like your team is potentially okay here. And you also spawned, so spray. Serious advice. Just tap everybody here and there. It never uses enough energy for you to be worried about it. Just suck. You like my sound effects? Yeah. Anyways, I mean, it's still working out, so that's good. Yep, you let them regen. This is good. I mean, you understand the character pretty decently, I'd say. Unlucky your Mercy didn't take cover enough to be safe there, but you did okay there. You got cleansed? Okay. You were okay to fade there to cleanse that, and I know you probably couldn't have reacted to the fact that you got bubbled, but this comes down to being gold about, because you should have known you had a Zarya, who will cleanse you. Just saying. And if you knew she didn't have bubble, and you look at her and she looks at you, then you fade, and then orb yourself back into your team. But The fight hadn't happened. She had bubble. You're not gonna need fade, so it's not the end of the world. But if imagine a big fight's happening right now on cart, and you don't have fade now.
Cease your resistance.
Could theoretically have fade right now, but you're still okay. Just keep. You don't even need to be with your Rhine right now. That's right there. Yeah, I was gonna say that's you gotta be able to hear that. You did not pay attention to your Rhine's HP at all. And again, I think that would help you a lot to not be always inside of your Reinhardt. Again, you could have been. This is about too far back, I'd say. But he was, I don't know, he died like here, and he started about here. And he just, backpedaled a bit. Didn't use shield tech, so that sucks. But you could be here and heal him. In theory, you could be here. Although this is actually in Bastion. It's not in Bastion's LOS, actually. You're fine here. But I would be about here. Spray him a second, take cover. Spray him a second, take cover. Spray him a second, take cover. And then you didn't pay attention to his health and you died. And I say that because he got nuked. And of course you probably couldn't have healed him through that. That's fair. But if you were back here, he would have had more sustain to begin with. And like you were in a better spot to heal him from. You would have also seen his health bar and therefore knew he was about to take damage and die.
Restoring you.
Your fade usage here is kind of redundant, but continue. And I'll only touch on that for a second. It's redundant because you don't need the fade to reposition when there's nobody killing you. What if you faded right there, and then there's a Reaper flanking, and he one-shots you? Spam heal. What did you use orb? Let me go back 10 seconds. Let's go back 10 seconds, chat. Gotta pause it for a sec so all the character models load in. Simegalolism. Alright. Again, you're about to use fade to position. You're fine here, and then you could have just walked to the Rhine shield. You might have taken one bullet of damage. Or just waited for your Zarya to bubble herself in, because she probably would have, and then followed the bubble in. It's nitpicking at this point, but you would have had fade again if you needed it. Imagine that Maze an enemy, or that fucking it's a Reaper about to kill both of you. But what I'm worried about is orb usage here, because you're gonna need it to attack a Bastion with your Rhine and Zarya and Mei. Which is, if you, all four of you even jump a Bastion, the Bastion's gone, dude. He's just fucking gone. That's a lot of DPS and shields for him to get through before dying to you. He don't even have a BAP to save him. But you do not have orb here, and I'm guessing you need it.
This is my will.
You threw a damage orb at a Roadhog. I want you to consider what a damage orb is going to do to a Roadhog. It will give him his ultimate. That's all it does. That's all it fucking does. That's all it's going to do. Also, your Mercy got hooked, so a healing orb would have been better at her. I wouldn't have thrown a one at her. I'd save it for your Reinhardt. But if you would have thrown an orb at her, a healing one, I would have been less upset with that because it would have at least tried to heal the Mercy. All throwing a damage orb at that Roadhog did was feed him his ultimate. Now your team's getting nuked. And imagine if you had orb like 1 second ago, and you could throw it off that wall, and it'll bounce and bounce and heal and heal and heal and heal and heal. Anyways, continue. Let's watch this team fight actually happen, since we've been talking for a while. I haven't looked if your tap's sucking yet. You threw a damage or okay. You threw a healing orb at their Mercy while she was in grab. Just pointing that out. Your Rhine could use a healing orb right now, but you can keep him up with just normal heals. If you threw a damage orb at that Mercy and grab, I would not be upset. It's a Mercy, kill the Mercy, right? I died because I'm trash. Don't worry about my death in the top corner. I carried his Widow earlier. It's fine. But yeah, like, again, your options here are healing orb into this area, back and forth, or at least at the Reinhardt to heal him, or a damage orb at the Mercy. And I feel like you just slightly were like, oh shit, what do I do? And then you threw an orb, and it missed, and you hit the Mercy. I understand that. But It did nothing. At all. Again, this orb does nothing. That orb did nothing. At all. It did about 6 damage to an Orisa. When you could use a healing orb right now really badly. Really badly. If you bounced one off... I keep trying to point at the screen as if that's going to help. If you bounce one off here, it would heal for a couple seconds. Heal you again. Bounce again, and either it would heal, it would stay around here, or it would come back in, and you guys could push with it. Again, instead, you threw a damage orb at the Orisa, and now the damage orb is what? It's in this room doing nothing. All right. First person. All right, you have to heal orb you and your team right now. I think you're trying to tap stuff? Let's see. I don't know, I can't tell. It's hard to tell. It really is. I'll show the tech later. Regardless. Okay. You threw a healing orb. Good. Your Mercy got hooked because she's dog shit. Just saying. And, you threw a healing orb when your teammates is ulting. That's good. I'd still like to see you use Coalescence. I feel like we haven't used it at all. Unless I might be wrong. We might have once. We kind of need to use your abilities. Use your ultimate. It is such a throwaway. When you start taking these advice and like healing a little more and throwing orbs in better spots and getting more healing off and... you know, spraying your teammates every once in a while, more often than you already do, because you do sometimes. You'll get more and more ult charge to the point where you have a fight, an ult, literally every fight. Literally every single team fight, you'll have an ult. So start using it, because it'll help. Alright, we throw it up now. And I must say, we used it. Good. Nice punch. We used it when we actually didn't need it. I mean, it's okay. I'm glad you used it. Use your fucking ultimate. Just use it. Just fucking use it. Almost always just use it unless you're just throwing it away for no reason. Obviously, there's exceptions, but just use it more. You'll get it more, and then you can use it more. I'm only nitpicking at this point because we didn't actually need that ult. We were already cleaning up, but you used it, so fine. But whatever. Suck on the Moira or the Ashe a bit. Cool. We should be able to clean this up, I think, and finish the map here, I think. We have no ultimates, and they have 2. Never mind, this is going to be rough. Again, Bastion can heal that. Road can heal that. Why? They're about to ult, and you should only... And theoretically, you don't know that, but... you should know that because they haven't used them yet, so try to track those as you go. Try to track alts. You gotta try to track alts. You have to try to track alts. I mean, I'm the one that does this for our group of players. Just a disclaimer, if you watch my videos, I usually am the one that says, these guys have ult, be ready. And I understand that. Especially when someone else is always doing it for you, it becomes hard to actually get used to doing it yourself. But, nitpicking, that orb did fucking nothing, and now you need a healing orb version of it to help your team. They're probably about to get nuked. Yeah. What if you had an healing orb right now, you know? It might not have changed the team fight. You need to leave. Like, go. Wait for Fade again. Keep moving as far as you can. You're fine, you're fine. And then Fade back. Okay, this is good. Fair enough. Good getting back to your team without dying. Don't know what your Mercy's doing at all, actually.
Our hard work will be for nothing if we don't attack now.
Okay, May. I'd say don't use the healing orb on Mercy, but maybe it did save her. I feel like you could have just healed her anyways. I'm not going to nitpick too hard because you did save the Mercy. But in theory, you want it right now, but you're about to have it, so that's good. Off the wall in front of you, not into your team. Okay. It's fine, I guess. Team's cleaning. That's a better... Okay. That is not an intentionally better orb than you've ever thrown in your whole life, but it is, because it is the best orb I've seen you throw in like, period. Because it will now bounce off that wall, bounce off that wall, bounce off that wall, and then it'll piss off. That's about 3 bounces. It should deplete that time. I think you are tap sucking. Yeah, okay, that's good. I'll show the tech off later. At the end of the video, I'll show the tech off after this next round. But, easy cap. City moat for good luck.
Enemies here.
Pretty genuinely decent first round, except for just no orb logic at all. That's your weakness, I'd have to say. Besides, you know, you have the right idea positioning-wise. Like, you understand that you want to be safe, but your safety is always seems to be, I have a Reinhardt shield, let me look at his butt. Like, there's a lot of other way. Once you get to, like, playing with us when we're in Diamond and stuff, when me and Marine start carrying again and we're up there, like, Masters level, and if you ever get up there with us, you will die every fucking team fight if you are behind your Reinhardt. You need to heal from other positions, and only behind your Reinhardt if he's like pushing, like real pushing, or if you're enabling him with coalescence, etc., which you didn't do a single time this game because you only used it once. I'm positive it was once. I might check just to make sure, but it was once positive. And again, like just in general, you need to heal from better spots. You need to heal, or sorry, you need to use more healing orbs in general, not just throw fucking damage orbs or roadhogs on high ground. And damage or healing orbs at enemy mercies. I'm sure she appreciated it, but it didn't help your team. I'm guessing I'm not spectating anybody because nobody has picked a character yet. So we'll just float around for a minute, like like you can do in like Halo Reach back in the Forge days. Blizzard is really good at game design. Don't you think, chat? I think so.
Ready for battle. Science.
All right, let's go ahead just a little bit.
Don't worry, my friend. I am your.
All right, we can wait 15 seconds. You guys are patient enough for that. You can fucking if you care enough. I should load the characters in as we go.
Hello.
Yeah, there we go. Looks like we're all loaded in now.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
All right. I would rather you're not up there, but fine. It's the beginning of the game, and I only say that because again, higher ranked games, and I'm only preparing you for this because I think you can get there, Deadly. I'm serious, you can. And anybody playing Moira like this, you can get there eventually. But again, Widow up in the air, you're dead. Hanzo climbs the wall, you're dead. People don't use the one-shot characters as much as, say, I do, like at the beginning of the last round. Like, I used one. I happened to be the Sombra, if you haven't noticed. And I was the Widow and then the Tracer. I would have hooked right up. Probably. I don't always go for the trick shot, but I mean, I would have hooked up, checked. It's a free kill. It's actually the freest kill in the world. So, you want to be... can I not use... There. Again, you're fine to be right here. Ish. Pew, I'm spraying. You peek for a second, spray. They should be around here themselves. Honestly, you guys should be up there, actually. I mean, you should be right here waiting for them to come around the corner. But clearly the main tank wants to be down there. Always follow your main tank. If your main tank... This is huge advice to bronze, silver, gold, plat players. Because diamonds will hold up here naturally. They're just used to it. No, almost always. Almost always they'll hold up there. A diamond and above, they want to be up here, and then they start. And then they initiate cart from there. Because then you get to dictate the team fight. If you're on defense, and you can choose when you want to have a team fight, that's better. But, if he's down here, follow him. Just my advice, that's what I was getting at, was if your main tank wants to be right here, shielding, help him. Help your teammates accomplish their goals and you'll win more games. Rather than being like a toxic prick in voice chat going, guys, I'm the Widowmaker. Can you go up here? If they're not going to listen, help them. Okay? Otherwise you won't win games because you're the one that's... Whilst they're dumb enough not to be on high ground, you're throwing by not helping them. Remember that. Anywho.
Understood.
Your Mei did that to... You understood it and looked at the Mei as if she did something weird. She did that to get a high ground over the shield and shoot at the enemy. That's what she did there. It did wall your healing, I understand. Heal your Zarya. She's fine. It's a bad hook because it's not... Heal your mind, please. Okay. You're alright. You did not need to use Fade there. You were not going to get hit again by the junk, and if you ever do, I'm sorry. But there's no way that junk hits you, mines you into the air, and then somehow pews into the sky, and it just arcs and hits you. Come on. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, okay? PvP fucking Twitch would struggle with that. But you're orbiting into your team. Whilst being here is, you know, junk could just still shoot you. You wouldn't have gotten trapped, punched by a Reinhardt, maybe even shot from anywhere else. Like, here is definitely not superior to here. Because imagine even if you're here, and then if he does harass you, there's one of two options. Could also heal from here. Could this is dangerous as shit. Junk is a good you could heal from here. Junk is zoning you well here, so I understand why you at least attempted to go forward. But standing here and dying to his trap. I know you didn't realize it was there. I didn't see it either. But you wouldn't have gotten trapped by a trap in main if you weren't in main. Probably don't be in main as Moira. Just probably genuine advice. Anyways, we're dead. We're going to watch our team have a team fight here and get flanked by junk. Sounds like Junkrat. The other option was, again, because you have options for healing in different places if you are being zoned in one place. But the other option is he jumps down and you're officially the biggest bait in the world, because then you can fade away and your team turns around and goes, hey, there's a 100 HP Junkrat there. He's effing fucking dead. Like, he is unbelievably dead. If he really wants to chase you that hard and drop off high ground and give himself to your team, that's fine. Anywho, we're going to respawn here. We're going to walk back in. You're rushing to get back because you see your team is low. Fair enough. Oh, this is good. Your orb needs to. Your orb really does need work. Your orbing really needs work. He's antied. Fade. This is fine. You guys are dying to ult. It happens. There's not much you could have did to stop the. Should have tapped your Moira there, or your Sombra. Just tapped her. That was all you needed to do. You're okay. You're doing the right thing by trying not to fight right now. Your team is stalling cart. I think you get baited by your team here, and you go in and die too. You needed to stay out. Your team is only feeding a little right now because they're trying to stall cart. They're trying to stop the cart so you get more time, and then they'll always spawn and come back and have one more team fight before the cart gets pushed in. That's the goal here. That's why that guy died, because he wasn't getting out. He was stuck there. So jump on cart and die. You don't need to do that. You made it out. Now you're coming back in. Hopefully you don't feed your brains out right now. You don't need to be here, and now you're dead. You were fine where you were, and then you went back in. You kind of got baited by your team, understandably, because they went in, but they were already in. If they're not smart enough to leave when the team fight is lost, let them die. For the love of God, let them die and be the sacrifice for your team. Coalescence. 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 Use coalescence. Please use coalescence. Never mind, you're fine now, but...
Surrender to my will.
You've won this team fight. There are 2 respawned having already used their ultimate enemies, and 1... Okay, the res got off for some reason. I have no fucking clue. But... You did not need that. You didn't need grab either. Both your ultimates this game have been dog shit. Dog shit. Like real dog shit, just saying, man. You could have, if you used it earlier, I wouldn't have been like, You would have been the reason the fight initiated. Someone else initiated. But if you used it earlier and you were the reason your team initiated, that would have been a lot better than just throwing it away when you were up 3 people. You had killed 3 people. A 3v6 doesn't happen more than twice a year. Like, it does not happen much, like, at all. Even in pro play. So, you threw your Colossus away. I like what you did unintentionally there, and I'm going to show that tech off again later. What you just did was, I'm pretty sure it was unintentional, it was good.
Repair it done.
Knocking them off. You holding. I carry him down.
Could have healed him from safety instead of jumping out there and maybe getting sniped. Minute 6. Didn't need to use Fade.
Pass this forth.
Don't know why you use Fade when you could have took cover anywhere else. You're also damage orbing somebody off high ground, which isn't necessarily bad. I mean, again, you should really just save your heal. But what I'm actually upset about here is you're not healing your team. You're not with your team now. They have officially pushed forward to attempt to kill somebody. I'm not sure who right now. Let's find out, actually. They're officially pushing forward together with... Where's Reinhardt? What the fuck? Where the hell is your Reinhardt? Do you not have a Reinhardt anymore? Is he dead? When you start talking about gameplay, like, individually, about each person, you start to, like, lose track of everybody. So, forgive me for losing track of Ryan. Where the hell is Reinhardt? No, seriously, where the hell is Reinhardt? Oh. What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck is your Reinhardt doing? Alright, this is fair. What the hell is Ryan doing? But you can still be helping these two rather than worrying about this person. Now, I understand they're on the high ground above you and it's kind of terrifying because they have Ashe and they can two-shot you. But would you do? Can she two-shot you from here? No, she can't. And if you're here, what can you do? You can heal these two. What's that? You move 2 steps forward, you can heal this guy and the Mei, and the high ground doesn't matter anymore. See what I'm saying? Didn't need to use orb. Didn't need to stand there. Stand here. Ish. This guy ain't gonna get you from here. There's actually 0 away from unless they full flank, and by then you can just do this. So, what's the big deal?
60 seconds. Your body.
Pressuring the Rhine shield there is fine. I mean, it doesn't do much damage, but he didn't need healing. At the moment, these two are about to really badly need healing, so get ready to do that. But at least you're also damaging Rhine shield. Sucking on Rhine shield doesn't do much, but if there's actually nothing else to do, do it. Because then it just dies a little bit quicker. A little bit quicker is better than last one. Now heal. Heal. Your Brigitte. Now, yeah, the shield was there, but you can jump in front of the shield and heal the Brigitte, or throw an orb at the Brigitte, or a numerous amount of things you could have did to save the Brigitte there. You're out of position. You're... If he wasn't bad and didn't miss the first hook, you would have just got hooked anyways. So I don't know why you're teabagging us if you think you're safe. You're not. There was a shield there and you chose not to be behind it.
And we win this.
Healing orb did nothing again. It'll just go into that room and do nothing. It should be bounced off that wall, that wall, that wall, the one behind you, the one beside you, the cart. You would have did more. You would have did just as much if you threw it straight in the air. Didn't need to use Fade. You weren't in danger at all. Your team's owning though, so. Pressuring the guy that was low was fine there. Your Rhine needs. Okay, you okay. You were worried about the C9. Okay, that's fine. Jeez, that was okay. Does it still play the game and stuff in this? Oh, it doesn't. Okay, I was just curious. Let's go talk about a little bit of Moira tech. Just a little bit.
Science will reveal the truth.
They're really dead already. I wanted to use these fucking bots as an example. But they're dead.
Regenerating your cellular
See trap?
structure.
If you just tap them, they heal over time. It doesn't take much energy at all. If you're running up to a fight and I'm full energy, full energy, full energy, full energy, full energy, I just stay full energy. If I'm not full energy, just hold on a minute, we'll get to what I'm saying in a second. And I want to get my energy back faster. You can tap whatever your suck button is on whatever position, whatever like platform you're playing on. You get it back quicker. I did see him doing it a bit, so it's not like it's nitpicking. But you can notice. Okay, let me dump all my energy, and I'll show the difference.
Allow me.
This goes back about this quickly.
From your body.
So it only got, in that amount of time, it only got to like 30%. And this is way faster. Same amount of time, I got about half it back. So it was about, what, 10, 20% quicker?
This will improve your condition.
So these guys die a bit. Stop healing them, Zach, and they will die. Orbing, like, there's a wall there, so I can't use an example, but orbing like this,
Get into position.
it healed him for 80 health. It did end up coming back by accident,
Restoring you.
but that's unreliable. You don't want it to come back by accident. You want to do this. And it's gone. Full healed. Instead of potentially killing your teammate by orbiting him once and then not again. What else is there? If you've taken damage, I need to take damage to show what I want to show here. I need to take a lot of damage actually. Like I need to be low, so let's just get low here.
Hello there.
Okay. Almost picked up the mega. You can throw your orb.
This will heal you.
And catch it. Now, obviously this is useful if you want to go... Keep them up
This
for a
will
second.
improve your condition.
Let's go take damage again quickly. I don't need to take that much, just a couple. Like 80. That's good enough. I picked up the fucking mega. The fucking mega, dude. Oh, I punched that guy to death eventually. Oops. It feels bad, man. And I'll say I want to cross this and there's like a bastion shooting. But I need to heal myself. So instead of just orbing and I'm like, oh, I'm going to fall in and then get ripped apart by bastion. Orb. Now you're safe and healing. Feel me, chat? Pog. That is Pog. I know it is. If you fade and jump like this, you keep momentum for a second. You know, like 2 hops and you keep going. You stay about as fast as you were. Now, obviously, there's a billion orb, like, Moira tricks on every map where you just, like, you know, fade off of something like that and you just fly across places. That's all learnable over time. I'm not going to sit there and coach that all day long. What else is there? Tap sucking, orb into coalescence, throwing your code. Now, obviously, you want to orb into coalescence. If you can. Obviously, just if it's needed, like if you're out of energy, damage isn't working, teammates are starting to get a little low, pull your ult out. Don't wait for orb just because you want to use it. But if you want to do a buttload of healing, throw an orb, instantly coalescence. And then if you want to do some like if you want to get aggro, your coalescence will heal your team enough if you throw a damage orb into the enemy team and then coalescence into them. For example, the animation looks like that.
Double, triple kill. It was only to be expected.
You don't necessarily need to do it as quick and fancy as I do.
Tell me how
That's
this
a little quick and fancy, but I'll show you the animation one last time at the end of the video. Let's get my ult up here.
becomes aura. Your body decays.
It's gonna be better to get my ult up trap. Fucking alt charge nerf is making this take longer than it should.
I will unmake.
Sorry, I really had to answer that, chat. Video's ending. We're just gonna show you the animation one more time.
Strength flows from you.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna show one more thing before I ult. I just thought of it actually too.
Get into position.
If you want to finish somebody quicker, notice how slow this DPS is. Seriously. Once they get to about this much health and you're sucking on them, you can be like,
Evolution works quickly.
they die quicker. And watch.
Ish. Allow me.
Now the animation looks like this, chat.
Surrender to my will.
You can tell because your hand like bugs, like it like twitches for a second and then coalesces. Now you don't actually have to do it that quickly, but your orb will hit the enemy team at about the same time, depending on how far away they are, as your coalescence. And a coalescence and an orb actually does quite a chunk of DPS. It's the only time you're doing a decent amount. Like it does like 80 or 75 DPS or something like that. I don't know for sure. It's around that number though, which is pretty decent for stock support. So anyways, next, I think we're doing Mercy next, chat. I don't know when. Or Marine wants me to do Doomfist and Reaper. So it'll be like, I think it'll be DPS or another support. We'll find out. You can vote. If you comment on this video and vote, I'll just do what you guys want. I don't care. I don't mind at all
Calm yourself. Double kill.
doing what you guys want me to do. Because I want to do this for fun. I want to help other people get better, and it also helps me make sure I remember things. Like it actually it genuinely is good to like do this to yourself or other people, because then you're always thinking, hey, I forgot about that tech. Now I can show it to other people and use it myself because I forgot about it. Anywho, I'll see you guys next time for another one. It'll be Mercy or DPS or whatever you guys vote for. Like I said, I'm trying to get better at these and actually like consider FPS mechanics. The closest thing I can give you guys today about that was like, you know, not peeking corners you don't need to peek to heal people that are fine. Like, but we talked about that in the video, so you know, go back and look at that if you need to.